So yeah, I like the Ryback thing with Paul Heyman. I think it's got an opportunity to go somewhere, and I wouldn't mind seeing matches between CM Punk and Ryback. If anybody's going to make Ryback look good, CM Punk's going to do it.
Oh, definitely.
Right? So, I mean, CM Punk's going to give Ryback a better match than Ryback could ever make himself
look good.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell, he'll make a chair in the ring look good.
Exactly. It's the whole thing they used to say about Dolph Ziggler. Put Dolph Ziggler in the ring with a broom and have him wrestle the broom, and he'll make the broom look good.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the exact same thing with CM Punk. He's more than capable of doing that. Let's go to the main event.
Okay.
WWE Championship match. Randy Orton defending the title against Daniel Bryan. Very good match.
Excellent match.
So, proved once again that Randy Orton, for everything that anybody can say about Randy Orton, is still very capable of putting on a really good match. You know what I mean? As the heel, Orton was carrying some of the match, and then they let Bryan carry some of the match, and they really went back and forth on it, and it was really just a really good. If you want to just watch a good wrestling match, that to me was a really good wrestling match. And they had everything with it. They had the referee bump and brought a second referee down, and the match just kind of kept going through the referee bump, which was good. Scott Armstrong, who was the referee, gets back in. He's like, I'm okay. And they're going and they're going and they're going. Daniel Bryan hits that running knee, which I like as a finisher because it's something that nobody else does.
Yes.
Some people do
before he came with the running knee, he hit the leg kick. Like 3 times the running leg kick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was wow.
It was really, really good. The match ended up being great. He hits that running knee, gets the pin. Scott Armstrong with the fast count.
Really fast.
And they no-sell it. They no-sell it on the actual show. Like JBL wasn't like, oh, he had a fast count. Nothing. They don't even mention it. And I'm like, that's good. It's good that they do it that way, because if they say like, oh, he won the title, but that was a really fast count, it buries the lead for what's going to happen the next night. So I preferred that they didn't say anything about it. So he ends up winning, of course, with the fast count. So he's the new WWE champion. Hooray! Daniel Bryan wins the title. Of course, everybody on the internet was like, it was a fast count. I'm just like, guys, it's wrestling. I think when we saw the fast count, we probably all knew where it was going.
Yeah.
But let it go there. Just let it happen, and it's okay.
You need to let things play out because it's a cinema.
Exactly.
It needs somewhere to go.
Exactly.
It can't be the way that you want it all the time, or else there will be no storyline.
Exactly. And I fucking love. So that's one of the most insightful things I've ever heard you say on a podcast. That you called it cinema. Because it's exactly what it is. It's a fucking soap opera. It's a soap opera that's socially acceptable for men to watch. And it is. It's fucking cinema. And this is, again, why I say, everybody that says, oh, pro wrestling is stupid, but I love going to movies, is the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. So anyways, Daniel Bryan wins the title. We all know it's kind of screwy with the fast count. So we go to Raw the next night. Now, before we get to Raw the next night, I just want to, once again, give a little love to Cody Nodding in the chat, because he's the only dude that shows up. Have you hearing about TNA's recent troubles? They fired 18 talent in the last few months. Holy crap. And they're talking about going back to just one location for TV tapings. They're also not getting strong attendance for their events. One of their shows only had 800 people show up.
Holy shit.
For the number 2 wrestling promotion in North America.
That's
800
really bad.
people show up for a fucking house show. Yikes. And I remember seeing pictures of that on Facebook. But what they did for the live event was they pretty much just brought everybody down to the first few rows. So if they were taping anything for the website or anything like that, it looked like the first 10 or 15 rows were full of people.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else behind it was fucking empty. Which is just Not good.
The magic of television, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. No, and TNA's fucking hemorrhaging money. Like I'll give it a year, because I know the Carter family's got deep pockets. They got oil money. So I'll give it another year. But if they don't do something to drastically improve their product, she gonna be dead. All right, let's go to Raw. Just again, basically the fallout from Night of Champions, and we'll talk very quickly about Raw, and then we'll finish up with our word association game.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay! Roddy Raw.
Roddy Raw. So Raw started. Triple H came out stripping Daniel Bryan of the WWE title due to the referee's fast count.
Well, we all knew that was going to happen.
We all pretty much knew that was happening as soon as we saw the fast count. The way they did it was kind of interesting. Like, Scott Armstrong just like, oh, Daniel, they got us. And it's like, very, very clearly, it's like, okay, Triple H like pays off Scott Armstrong basically with a nice severance package to make things look good.
Okay.
And has him sit, because Brian's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he's just like sort of paying him off about the whole fast count thing. And the title is held what's called in abeyance. And
now your new tag team tag team.
Yes. No, I
blame the energy drink monster. Yeah.
I'm going to let you give that another shot, sir. I'm not going to steal your thunder here.
Really?
Yep. I steal your thunder too much on this show.
Yes.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
Hey now.
So give that another go.
I don't want to.
Too bad. Do it. Do it. It's your bag, man.
No,
do it.
No, it's vacant.
Yes, it is vacant. Your new WWE champion is vacant. Vacant is my favorite wrestler.
I just messed that up.
It's fine.
For all the 34 people who goes
exactly
that listens to it, and like the 2 that goes this far into the podcast,
exactly,
and listens to it, they're gonna be like,
"You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up." I keep using the wrong arm. God damn it.
Be like, yeah, well. Screw it, you're making us a little bit of money.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, that's not what your mom said. Oh! So yes, again, if you've never heard the term in abeyance before, it's just basically a synonym for suspension. So it's just like the title's just suspended. Nobody's got it. Except vacant.
I got it.
Vacant's my favorite. Yeah, exactly. Nick is the WWE champion.
I paid Chuck Martin $10.
Exactly. You paid Chuck Martin $10 and you can be the UCW heavyweight champion. Yeah. Triple H later in the night, of course, firing Scott Armstrong. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of you," because we all know it's a fucking con, but it's okay because it's wrestling, and you just gotta let it happen.
That's right.
Dolph Ziggler gets his revenge on Dean Ambrose by beating him one-on-one on Raw, which means Ziggler is still like the number 1 contender for the U.S. title, which again doesn't do anything for Ziggler, but basically they gave Ziggler the win on Raw, basically, I think, for all the people that was like, "But you can't have Dolph Ziggler lose. He's the internet. We like him. You gotta have him win the matches." Right back.
Cletus?
That's my impression of internet fans right there. In the jug band. So Ziggler oh yeah, internet wrestling fans, you gotta love them. So Ziggler gets his revenge on Ambrose, beats him one-on-one, still the number 1 contender for the U.S. title, or the U.S. title, which he should never win because what's the fucking point? The whole segment with Stephanie McMahon and Dusty Rhodes. Now, this kind of goes with the whole Cody Rhodes being fired and the whole subplot with the Big Show, which I've gone on record on this show saying I don't like. I think it's melodramatic. It really has. It's melodramatic and it's gotten fucking stupid. Yeah. I will be so happy when they finally get to the point where Big Show grows some balls and knocks out Stephanie McMahon. That's what I fucking want to see.
I would love to see that. That would make good television.
You let Stone Cold Steve Austin stun not only Stephanie, but Linda fucking McMahon. let Big Show knock Stephanie McMahon out, because that will be the payoff that all the fans. Big Show will never get a bigger pop for the rest of his career.
Oh God, no.
Than if he knocks out Stephanie McMahon. That would be fucking great. So hopefully that's where this goes. So Stephanie McMahon has a segment with Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Who did it? Dusty Rhodes. Gives him the chance to save either Cody's job or Goldust's job.
He ain't gonna pick.
And he ain't gonna pick. He's like, I tell you something too sweet to be sour, Daddy. I ain't gonna make a pick. That's my best Dusty Rhodes. It was all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. Jim Cornette does probably the best Dusty Rhodes impression I've ever heard. It's pretty fantastic. So Dusty declines to make a choice. The Shield shows up. And as soon as the Shield...
an ambulance.
And apparently an ambulance, exactly. This is the second podcast in a row you'll probably be able to hear an ambulance. So the Shield shows up, and it was one of the times when... one of the biggest times recently that I've actually had a big pop for the Shield.
Yeah.
Because they weren't expected to show up. So then the music starts, and I was just like, oh, fuck. This is going to be good. Right? So the Shield shows up with fucking steel chairs. Stephanie says, hold on a minute. Big Show, will you come out, please? So she calls out the Big Show, and it was like, Show, I'm going to give you a choice like I gave Dusty. You can let the Shield destroy Dusty, or you can knock him out yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just like... But then Big Show goes into his fucking melodramatic, blubbery, I'm sorry, Dusty. I gotta do it. I gotta do it for the junk band and the internet fans. I gotta do it. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. So he gives the KO punch to Dusty Rhodes, and the one thing I did like about it, even though it's total fucking melodrama and total fucking Shakespeare, he hits him with the KO punch, but then he catches him before he falls.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that sweet?
Well, he's old. He can't. Oh, wait.
Ambulance.
Wait for it. And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Back to the action. So he catches Dusty when he falls, and I was like, oh, isn't that so sweet? Like, that's just awesome. But the whole fucking subplot with the Big Show and Stephanie McMahon, I want it to end.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like Stephanie McMahon to have like an indecent proposal kind of thing. Like she brings him out to the ring and it's like, you have a choice.
I'm just waiting for her to never be on television again.
Yeah, get her off TV, guys. But honestly, if they really wanted to swerve the audience, and I know they can't do this because they're PG, but if they really wanted, like if this was the Attitude Era, she'd bring him out to the ring and she'd just be like, you have a choice. You either fuck me or if you don't fuck me, Cody Rhodes never gets his job back. And he's just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it with internet fans and the junk band. I don't want to. As he's like pulling his onesie down and just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's like flying the 747 into the Grand Canyon. I don't want to do it. Ding, 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 ding. Next week on Jerry Springer. But I'm fucking waiting for that. I would just sit there and just be like, this is wrestling, folks. This is fantastic.
Yes.
Exactly. Paul Heyman and Ryback come out to kind of explain, what the fuck happened. Heyman calls Ryback his savior, which is really funny because it's a takeoff of what they used to say about like CM Punk,
right?
Like Second City Savior and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, Ryback's my savior, and Ryback says he did what he did to save Heyman from Punk because Punk was being a bully, and this is what I talked about. They're like implementing the whole bully like angle, and I was just like, oh, fucking. But you know what? Anything that keeps Ryback from beating up random dudes in the back rather than being in a fucking match.
Okay.
That I'm okay with, but
I guess if you put it that way,
can we play down the whole bully subplot, please? Because it's kind of fucking stupid. And then Heyman fucking kissing Ryback's cheek. That was awesome. It was so good because it's such a heel move. It's such a heel thing to do because all the fucking homophobes in the audience would be like, he's kissing a dude. He kissed a dude. That's fuck Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's gay. Ryback is gay. Oh, boo.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. And the internet fans and the jug band.
That's just gonna be a running thing now.
It's gonna be a running joke. The internet fans and the jug band, live on Last Man Standing podcast. But it's such a good heel thing to do because again, you can always count on a group of testosterone-driven men in an audience being homophobic.
Oh god, yeah.
Always, you can always 100% count on it. Fuck, even look at us. Look at us with fucking Gyration Nation and Twin City Wrestling. We're just like, ugh. like you make us feel awkward. and that's what it is. It even for smart fans, it happens at least a little bit.
Maybe for you. I mean, they're good guys in the back.
Oh, I'm sure they're fantastic. They're great. I know. I had a conversation with Chip Chambers. I know he's a great guy. But just like they come out and they're just doing their woo, just like, really? You make me feel awkward. But that's exactly what they're going for. So,
yeah.
Again, you can always count on that from wrestling fans. Mission exactly. Achievement unlocked. The Usos beat Tons of Funk and the Real Americans in a triple threat match to become the number one contenders for the tag titles. So there you go. The team that deserves it, at least, is the team that becomes number one contenders. Good, great. Right.
I turned my mic off. They're going on the right track.
Oh my! How long has your mic been off?
Like not long. I twisted it around.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough.
To show you I vandalized it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
My mic now has my name on it.
No returns.
No returns.
Yeah. So the Usos now number one contenders for the tag titles. Perfect. That's where they belong. Daniel Bryan defeats Roman Reigns by way of disqualification in the main event. Randy Orton getting involved in the match, of course. The Shield attacks. It's a 4-on-1 attack. And the locker room. A bunch of people from the locker room run down to make the save for Daniel Bryan. So it's nice. It's the progression of the storyline. There's mutiny. The locker room fucking runs down and is like, you know what? We've had enough of this.
And this is the kind of disqualification that I like.
Exactly. This is there you go. It comes full circle. It's the kind of thing that you're okay with. Because it makes sense. It led somewhere. There was a point to doing it. It wasn't just a bunch of noise. It was a point to it.
Yeah.
Right on. Overall, I actually thought Night of Champions, people bitched about Night of Champions. People were not happy about the way the pay-per-view went.
I know.
Especially, did you read about the Comcast cable customers writing into Comcast and was just like, we want our money back for Night of Champions?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and here's the reason for it was fucking stupid. They watched Night of Champions and they saw the title change. Mm-hmm. The next night, Triple H comes out and strips Daniel Bryan of the title. So effectively, it nullified what happened on Night of Champions. So a bunch of Comcast customers wrote them letters and was like, because the result of the pay-per-view was nullified, we want our money back.
Okay, let's drop some science on this, shall we?
Okay.
If you go into a car company and buy a car.
Yes.
And the next day that car got in a really bad accident. And you take that car back to the car company and say, I don't want this car anymore because it's crumpled and looks like shit. Give me my money back.
That's not going to work. No, it's fucking stupid. It's idiotic for people, and again, it's people basically trolling Comcast, and I understand, but it's people that think they're smarter than they actually are, going, "Hey, we're going to get one over here." But you go into a wrestling show, a scripted wrestling show, and the next night you get pissy because like the result of that athletic competition was overturned, therefore I want my money back. This happens in the UFC a lot. Results of fights get overturned because guys fail drug tests, like marijuana mostly, or steroids. As a UFC fan, are you then going to petition your cable company to get your money back for the UFC pay-per-view that had 5 fights on it because the result of one fight was overturned because a guy took drugs? No, because that makes you a fucking moron. But not as big a moron as fucking Comcast.
Apparently.
Because Comcast started refunding these people.
Are you serious?
Comcast fucking started giving these people their money back. How retarded does everyone everything? How retarded is everything?
We need to get Comcast cable.
Up is down, left is right.
We could get so many free programs.
Oh my God, I guess. This company is fucking stupid. How dumb do you have to be like, this scripted wrestling show that knew what it was going to do weeks ahead of time, did what they were going to do, now I guess we have to give people their money back. Let's think about it this way. When Kane first beat Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF title.
Yes.
Austin beat Kane for it the next night. Did people try to get refunds for that pay-per-view? Because, the guy that won the title last night isn't the champion anymore. No! Because it's fucking wrestling, and that's stupid. Holy fuck. My voice is going. I'm talking like I'm going through puberty because I'm so fucking pissed that people would be, so stupid as to try to get their money back from Comcast. Oh, okay. We got more stuff here from Cody Nodding. I'm still flying off in a fucking rage about this, but we got more stuff from Cody Nodding. So let's. By the way, I don't mean to interrupt United Champions recap. Good stuff, guys. I thought the show was better than I was expecting. Really liked the ending. It caught me off guard, and it was great. It was great how the commentators said jack shit about the fast count. Exactly. What are your thoughts on this WWE Battleground coming out or coming up? I hate the promos for it.
Yeah,
it looks fucking stupid. Because it's almost like there's nothing menacing about it. Like there's kind of a formula when you're doing a promo for something relatively athletic that mostly men watch, and it isn't this nice, happy, sparkly music. Especially when your fucking show is called Battleground. Have it to have something to do with war, not John Cena being like, "This is my battleground," and then happy, flowery music in the back. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not, whatever. He also said, by the way, I never heard fans freak out when Bray Wyatt kisses everyone before his finisher. That's a good point. Because remember Bray Wyatt does the whole thing and then he gives him a fucking kiss and then goes? That's a good point. Nobody freaks out about that. Why? Because everybody likes Bray Wyatt. Who the fuck hates Bray Wyatt? It's a great angle. It's probably
who the fuck hates Paul Heyman?
Idiots. people that don't know wrestling. Oh Jesus. Nick is making a noxious concoction here of the rest of his Monster Energy drink and what little bit of Gatorade he has left. It's surely going to be terrible and awesome. It kind of looks like bloody pee.
Holy crap! Ugh. Which is why we'll give you.
It's what it's going to give you exactly. So yeah, actually that's a really good point about Bray Wyatt. I didn't put that together, Cody. Good job. And then here, remember when Sting beat Hogan? This is a perfect example, exact same thing. Yep. Sting beats Hogan at Starrcade 1997 and then was stripped of the title on Thunder, so Thursday. I don't remember people getting refunds for that. It's a good fucking point, because giving someone a refund because the results of a scripted wrestling show were changed to the next night makes no fucking sense.
No, it's stupid.
It's idiotic.
It's not good for business.
It's not good for business. Exactly. That's a great way to put it, sir. Fist bump on that one. It's not good for business. It's not good for Comcast because it makes Comcast look like fucking morons. Yeah. It's not good for WWE because it's either money coming out of WWE's payoff from Comcast or it's money coming away from Comcast. If it's money going away from Comcast, good. because they're fucking stupid.
They
so
deserve
they
to
it.
lose money.
There you go. So if that's the case, they're fucking dumb. All right, so I know we've been going for over an hour, but let's very quickly get into our word association.
Word association.
Let's go.
Grammar Slam. Which, if anybody hasn't seen the CM Punk Grammar Slam videos on YouTube, go and watch them because they are amazing.
Oh, definitely.
Amazing.
You got. I think it's on the Nerdist.
Yes.
Nerdist on the Nerdist YouTube channel. It's great. I'm going to use them for English lessons because I'm a teacher. And I have the creative liberty to do that. All right, so name association, classic professional wrestling game.
Okay.
So we're going to go back and forth. We're each going to pick a name and just go for as long as we want to. We're going to pick a name on there, and the other person has to give the first kind of idea or whatever that comes to mind.
Okay.
So I'm going to start. Fandango.
I knew you would pick that. That's the one that I was going to pick for you.
Oh, fair enough. Too bad, sir.
God, Fandango. Horrible way to come back. Really didn't like it. Don't like the dancing angle.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like the way that he talks. Don't like the hairdo. Just don't like him.
Just don't like it?
No.
Fair enough. Pick a name, sir. Oh, by the way, we're not picking names twice.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Sheamus.
Sheamus, guy I have never been a fan of. I feel like he doesn't get criticized for the same things that John Cena gets criticized for. I feel like Sheamus is a guy that's got about 6 moves and doesn't differentiate his matches whatsoever. He has his Sheamus match. Mm-hmm. I don't think he sells very well. I'm just not. I don't think he's a great interview. I know why he's in WWE and why he was pushed to the top, and it's because he's got the body and he works out with Triple H. And you know, I don't dislike the guy. I'm just not a fan.
Fair dues.
There you go. Tons of Funk.
Tons of Funk. Should never have been a tag team. I liked them better when it was just Brodus Clay and Tensai or A-Train.
Prince Albert.
Yeah. It's the one thing that they got for them is they got two ladies coming down to the ring. Which
right.
One of them looks fairly good and the other one is not so. Mm-hmm. As for their skill, I mean, they play good off each other.
Yeah, I think they do.
And yeah, that's about it.
Right on.
That's about it. Okay, we got Stephanie McMahon.
Used to be quite a piece of ass. Probably still is. I liked her better before she had her boob job. Mm-hmm. May or may not have slept with Randy Savage when she was 16. That's the great rumor of professional wrestling. As far as what she's doing right now, I don't think she ever should have been put in front of creative, like put as one of the the head of writing or whatever position she has. I don't feel like she did anything in the wrestling business to earn it. I don't think she could tell you anything about professional wrestling that you couldn't hear from someone that wasn't Vince McMahon's daughter.
Right.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I guess. Let's see. Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. One of the best wrestlers that I've seen, but of course I only watch WWE. Mm-hmm. And I don't watch the stuff over Japan and stuff like that. So, and I like the high flyers.
Right.
I like what he does, like the 619 and everything like that. So, I mean, really, I enjoy watching his matches. He's a good worker. And just, yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah. Okay. We got The Miz.
The Miz. Underrated in the ring.
Yeah.
Not the greatest worker I've ever seen, but has come light years from where he was even when he was the WWE champion, and he defended the WWE title against John Cena, I think, at a WrestleMania. He's even come light years from where he was there. He's underrated in the ring. I don't think they really know what to do with him. Like, what to do with a guy like that. I honestly think The Miz would make a better manager than he would wrestler. I would like to see him be a manager and occasional wrestler than be a wrestler and occasional like talk show host. Although, you know what? He could do the talk show. He could do a fucking Piper's Pit thing. Like, he could do a talk show every week because he can actually talk and he's actually entertaining when he talks. Oh, yeah. But I honestly think he'd be a better manager than he is wrestler, but I do think he's an underrated wrestler. Fandango, no. we already did that. All right. Damien Sandow.
Damien Sandow. Good on the mic. Really good on the mic. Like the promos that he cuts.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Not the best in the ring.
Right.
But, I mean, still not the worst.
Right.
What can I say? I mean, I don't really pay attention to his matches all that much.
Okay, fair enough.
He's not really one of the top guys that I tune in to watch type of thing. Quiet Acorn, nobody likes you.
Exactly. Give me one, sir.
Hey!
Fuck. Acorn's coming down.
5 falling at once.
No, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, one of the great talents in professional wrestling today, still has a collar put on him, I guess, by WWE. Like, the things that we see Daniel Bryan do look great in the ring by comparison, but it's still only like 50% of what the dude's capable of. So that's always exciting for the day that WWE is just like, you know what? All bets are off. For X number of time, we want to put on ROH matches. You know what I mean? So again, I think he's one of the great talents in the business today. I think he's one of the great promos today. His promos don't have as much heat, and they're not as good as CM Punk's. I think CM Punk has the best promo in professional wrestling today.
Hands down.
But Daniel Bryan's promos, I think, are up there. He's very over with the crowd. I love me some Daniel Bryan. I think he's a great talent.
Fair dues.
Right. How about we end it by picking one for ourselves from what's left?
Okay.
Okay. You go ahead. You pick one. You pick one for yourself from what's left.
Trips.
Okay. Talk about him.
Was a really good wrestler back in the day. Liked it. Liked all of the tag teams they had, the gimmicks, like triple hey. Yeah.
He's Nick, folks.
I just lost my my frame of Hey, energy drink.
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah.
You said Triple H. You liked all the tag team stuff that he had. You thought he had good matches.
Yeah, good matches in ring. Just one of the best old wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like, you had Triple H, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, you had The Rock, and everything like that. And out of all of them, I mean, like, Trips is still there.
Right.
He's doing now the COO thing.
Right.
Which does not fit him.
Not a ton, no.
It kind of makes sense because, Vince can't be there all the time anymore.
Right.
Because he's getting up there in age. So, you need somebody who knows the business, and who better than Triple H.
Right.
But it just does not fit him.
It's not, fair enough.
And not to knock the guy, because, it's what he's done in the past for the business is hands down really awesome. It's just,
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm going to pick mine, and it's going to be totally out of left field. And I'm so glad that this person did not get picked. The person's on the list, but I'm so glad that the person didn't get picked through the whole thing. Summer Rae. Summer Rae, if you don't know, of course, is Fandango's blonde dancer. The only thing I want to say about her...
Who wants to know?
Who wants to know about me? No, that's Sugar. Wasn't that Sugar Ray? No, Jimmy Ray. Sorry.
Ray.
I forgot.
That can't be Summer Rae.
Fair enough. Summer Rae is the hottest piece of ass in professional wrestling today. And there are really good-looking women in professional wrestling today. Either in TNA or in WWE or in Ring of Honor or in independence. There are some damn fine-looking women in professional wrestling, but let me be a man for a few minutes. I get so few opportunities to quote-unquote be a man. I would do terrible things to Summer Rae. She is the most beautiful woman in professional wrestling today. And that's where we're going to end name association. We've been going for quite some time. Nothing new. Cody's just been listening to us ramble about our word association. We are at an hour and 15 minutes, folks. We are going to cut this thing off. We will get this edited for you. Hopefully get it up this evening.
Hopefully.
Ideally. Booyah. Ladies and gentlemen, this was episode number 17 of the Last Fan Standing Wrestling Podcast. Tune in. Get back to us next week where we will see the return of the No Holds Barred podcast. It's going to be great. We don't know what we're doing yet, but it's going to be great.
I'll bring beer.
We'll try to get
rowdy.
We'll try to get some guests on,
and
maybe.
We'll get guests. And how can you have more than 200% of something in a can?
We're looking at this can for the Call of Duty Ghosts version of Monster, and apparently it has. How can you have more than 500% of something?
I know.
This has 590%. This has 5 days worth of your vitamin B12.
Look
Almost
at my hand.
fold.
Look at it.
We got to take Nick to the hospital, so we're going to cut this off here. Thank you very much for listening to episode 17 of Last Fan Standing. I'm Justin.
Apparently I am Nick, but of course I can't remember my name because of this monster energy.
Exactly. We will see you guys next week, and always remember, internet fans and jug band.
Ding 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 ding.